T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition and liftoff. Go Falcon and go Bluebird.
T plus 30 seconds into flight, Falcon 9 has successfully lifted off from Space Launch Complex 40 at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station. The vehicle is currently preparing to throttle down in preparation for max Q, which is the point
Power
of
and telemetry nominal.
maximum aerodynamic stress on the vehicle. Max Q is reached when the air density of the atmosphere decreases faster than the increasing speed of the rocket.
Vehicle is supersonic.
Max Q is coming up in just about 10 seconds.
Max Q.
And there's confirmation of max Q. The Merlin engines are now going to throttle back up to full power now that Falcon 9 is out of the throttle bucket. And from here on, even though velocity will be increasing, the atmospheric density is decreasing, which results in overall less loads on the vehicle.
And back chill.
There are several events coming up in quick succession, starting with MECO, stage separation, and then second engine start 1, or SES1. Main engine cutoff, or MECO, is when all 9 M1D engines will shut off to slow down the vehicle in preparation for stage separation, when the first and second stages decouple from one another. This will be followed by the MVAC engine on stage 2 igniting, which is called out as second engine start 1, or SES1. That first MVAC engine burn will last several minutes to propel the second stage and the attached payloads to the desired orbit. After that, the fairing will jettison from the second stage as it's no longer needed to protect the payload once Falcon 9 is in space. So we should be hearing that sequence of events in about 5 seconds.
Main engine cutoff.
Stage separation confirmed.
And back startup.
And there we had confirmation of those 3 events that happened back to back. Again, that was main engine cutoff, stage separation, and second engine start 1. Coming up next in about 20 seconds will be fairing separation. Falcon 9 will jettison these payload fairing halves since they are no longer needed in the vacuum of space, and SpaceX teams will attempt to retrieve them when they fall back to Earth.
Fairing separation confirmed.
Great news, successful fairing separation. Those fairings will now make their way back to Earth for recovery. The next major milestone coming up will be entry burn on Falcon 9's first stage, and that's scheduled to occur around the T plus 6 minute and 23 second mark. The entry burn will be used to slow the first stage down as it heads towards SpaceX's drone ship, a short fall of gravitas located in the Atlantic Ocean. Without this upcoming entry burn, Falcon 9 would only be using atmospheric drag to slow down, and this would add extra stress to the vehicle. Slowing down the booster reduces re-entry forces, which then allows SpaceX to recover and reuse that first stage. As we approach the entry burn, be sure to keep an eye on the booster engine graphics that will appear on the lower corner of the screen. That will display the arrangement of the 9 M1D engines, as well as the active feedback of their ignition. Looking ahead, following the upcoming entry burn, the booster will initiate a landing burn, which will slow the vehicle down even further for a precise touchdown on our drone ship. We still have more than 1 minute to go until the beginning of entry burn. The first stage is not only using the Merlin engines for the re-entry and landing process, it also uses its titanium grid fins and nitrogen gas thrusters for stability and control. Falcon 9 is equipped with 4 hypersonic grid fins, and those are positioned near the top of the first stage. The Falcon 9 booster supporting this mission is flying for its 30th time. It previously supported NASA's Crew 5, GPS-3 Space Vehicle 6, Inmarsat I-6F2, CRS-28, Intelsat G37, NG-20, TD-7, Bluebird 810, and 21 Starlink missions. We are just moments away from the beginning of the entry burn.
Stage 1 FTS is saved.
Stage 1 entry burn startup.
The entry burn has started up on the Falcon 9 first stage booster, and this will last about 30 seconds. Again, the purpose here is to slow the vehicle down in preparation for its final burn and landing.
Stage 1 entry burn shutdown.
And that concludes the entry burn. As mentioned earlier, we will be attempting to recover this booster with SpaceX's drone ship, a shortfall of Gravitas, currently stationed in the Atlantic Ocean. The next milestone, coming up in about 1 minute, will be the Stage 1 landing burn. As that landing burn happens, you'll notice a drastic decrease in the speed and altitude of the vehicle. The Merlin engines performing the entry and landing burns on Falcon's first stage are optimized for sea level performance, and they each achieve about 190,000 pounds of thrust during ascent and descent. In comparison, the single MVAC engine on the second stage, which you can see is still undergoing
Stage 1 transonic.
that first burn, produces 220,500 pounds of thrust in a vacuum environment.
Stage 2 terminal guidance.
Now that landing burn is coming up in about 15 seconds from now. This will be Falcon 9 slowing down the remaining speed needed for a gentle and precise landing. Keep an eye out for landing leg deploy just
Stage
prior
2 FTS is safe.
to touchdown.
Stage 1 landing burn.
Landing burn has started up on the first stage.
Stage 1 landing leg deploy.
Stage 2 shutdown.
Stage 1 landing confirmed.
And there we had another successful first stage landing for this flight-proven booster. This was its 30th landing. We also heard great confirmation of SECO-1 and nominal orbital insertion. As mentioned earlier, due to